Hi there, friends. A retired police major explains to the servants of the regiment who they work for and how they will all be judged for it. Currently, officially recognized international war criminals are in power in Russia. For instance, a man who calls himself the president of Russia, named Putin, is one of those. He is currently wanted by the International Criminal Court for war crimes. I hope that you were told about this at the operational meetings and were provided with guidance on it. So if you meet him by chance, then detain him, arrest him, and then transfer him to The Hague. The people who are in power in Russia are well aware that the loss of power for them is tantamount to the loss of freedom and the loss of life. Therefore, they will hold on to it at any cost. You, gentlemen officers and gentlemen of the police, are just a tool in their hands, a tool that is necessary to maintain power. Accordingly, they will use you and then they will either throw you away or just drop you somewhere. But you must understand that most of the orders that are given to you by this power, which go down by the chain of power and reach you, most of these orders are criminal ones. And the execution of deliberate criminal order is, as you know, also a crime. In addition, some categories of crimes, such as war crimes, crimes against humanity, do not have a statute of limitations. And the people who commit these crimes will be found sooner or later anyway. Either it will happen in 1 year, or it will happen in 2 years, or it will happen in 20 years. You can be caught even when you are 99 years old. You will be caught and judged in a fair trial. To be judged by an honest court is not that scary. There are sort of way worse options. Wanted by the International Criminal Court, criminal Putin continues to hide underground and vainly pretend that everything goes according to plan. It seems that yesterday there were good reports from the Chief of the General Staff and the Minister of Defense. Can we say that the Ukrainian counteroffensive has bogged down? Hey yo! What's up with our face? And where is that great strategist, geopolitician, who again beat everyone? What can I say? Firstly, it can be stated with absolute certainty that this offensive has begun. The Ukrainian troops did not achieve their tasks in any of the areas of hostilities. The fact that the Army of Liberators retreats from 1.5 to 2 kilometers a day in the Bakhmut direction is our merit. It is we who are retreating, not them who are advancing. The enemy was not successful in any of the sectors. Sylvester Stallone on ultra-low settings. In general, the situation is stable, I would say. The most sensitive issue that we talked about is everything is going according to plan. So, everything is according to plan. Everything is stable. Nothing convinces as much of complete failure as a man who's convulsively clutched the table and repeats over and over again in a fallen, low voice that everything is according to plan. Briefly about the situation in the Russian economy without further ado. The Liberator went to Ukraine to liberate Ukrainians from good life. Taking advantage of the situation, they took away a land plot in his homeland. Looks so familiar. I want to say that my brother is currently in the SMO in the Kherson region. He's still there in the forest, trampling in the mud. He has all the letters and so on. Sergei Elimovich, I just want to ask you, I want to make an appeal. Neither Abayev, nobody helps us. They just ignore us. My brother could die there at any moment. While he's fighting there, here, land's been taken away from him by his own people in his homeland. I want to turn to my brother. Why did you go there? I don't get it. What are you missing? You have enough problems here. Don't you worry about your brother, bro. I think they will provide your brother in Ukraine with a land plot measuring 1.5 by 2 meters. In the St. Petersburg psychiatric hospital named after Kashchenko, the water supply system was repaired. This repair, as I understand, the patients did themselves. The journalists found out how a resident of Khabarovsk city won the title of Miss Russia. It turns out she's just the wife of a billionaire who turned out to be the sponsor of the contest. Russia, spiritual bonds and traditional family values. You all must have been horrified and thought, God, how could she win? Yes, of course, the question here is quite simple. How could she win? She just shows what all of Russia is like. Therefore, anyone who has the audacity, who has money, can do whatever he wants in this country. It is just enough to give bribes to whomever you need, and you will become anyone. You want to become a prosecutor, a governor, you want to be a president. Should you be a complete moron, it is just enough that you are arrogant and have money. And even if you are a thief in the last resort, but you know who to give a bribe to, you will achieve anything in this country. This is a country of fools, and only fools like this way of life. And normal people want to live like human beings. They want not to break the law. They want to live in a civilized way. But in Russia, it's impossible. And this is the winner of competition. This is an indicator of Russia. Same thing with Putin, who's sitting with power and without brains. And everyone tolerates him and is afraid to say that he is a degenerate, that he attacked another country. Everyone is silent and everyone supports him, you see? And same is with this Miss Russia. She was being awarded by girls who are 100 times more beautiful, but none of them would say anything against it. No one would show any protest. No one would leave. You can, well, show disagreement in hundreds of ways. You can just pack your stuff and leave. Leave this hall in protest. The audience can get up and leave. But no, none of them would leave. They will all sit and pretend that everything is okay. They will smile and clap so that, God forbid, they don't get fired from their jobs. God forbid they don't face something worse. Once again, I will say that this is a country of degenerates. It has exhausted itself. It has ended. It cannot continue to exist. Everything needs to be started all over again. It is necessary to destroy this territory and start drawing everything here from scratch, because the people have degraded. The country is ruled by very bad and corrupt people. Well, at least somewhere we're in the first place. Not in one country of the world the president is being looked for by the International Criminal Court.